Dr. Oz with us tonight. Transformation Nation underway on his show, and he's stopping by here to help talk about. You're talking about it everywhere. You believe in this passionately, Doc.
We decided to make our mission for the third year. This is a year that we sort of moved into some of the slots that Oprah vacated, and we thought, what's an Oprah scale thing you could do for the country? And we said, let's just put our resources together and just make it easy for folks to do the right thing, which is fundamentally what prevention is all about. So you look around the world, you see a lot of people who don't feel heard. They feel like their best years are behind them. They just feel like they're invisible. And if we can just transform the nation, and we call it Dr. Oz, the Transformation Nation, $1 Million You, because we're going to give you $1 million. It's going to pay to be healthy this year. Then we can
the biggest turnaround?
No, it's not the biggest turnaround. I want the person who represents all of us. The person who, shouldn't have done it, but they found a way to press play. Just to get going. And they can represent the average person who's been struggling with weight and with sleep and with stress and with just not being who they could be. And I don't want folks anymore to think it's okay just to go at half speed. Whether it's being intimate with the person you love, whether it's understanding what foods will make you perform at a better level, whether it's appreciating the catastrophic role that not sleeping well plays in our overall health. These are themes that everyone needs to hear. So 7 steps. You can go to DrOz.com. They're easy to understand. And the number one step is tell a friend, which is what I'm doing with you right now. So if you tell a friend, the hope is that unless they're an enabler, they're going to support you through the process. But also, they'll do it with you. And people whose friends are doing the right thing will get healthier. People whose friends gain weight, guess what? They gain weight too.
Sleep is the number one thing for your health?
I got to say, and I speak at a very personal level about this. I'm a heart surgeon. I still operate. The biggest problem I have is not being able to sleep at night because you're worried about the patient or they call you because they're bleeding or something's going on. So I spend most of my life, getting sporadic sleep. I learned how to sleep well when I was sleeping, but it wasn't constant sleep. And it dramatically affects your creativity, your ability just to be the person you could be. So if I look around the country right now and pick at the one thing that we could all adjust today, that can make a difference, it's there. If you don't think that you're as sensual, as sexual as you used to be, I would blame sleep first. If you don't think that you're able to lose weight, I blame sleep first. If you don't think that you're able to go at full speed in life, I blame sleep first because it by itself not only reboots the system, but it selectively changes some of the key hormones, like growth hormone. People out there getting growth hormone shots. That's not the way to go. The way to build your growth hormone is to sleep 8 hours a night. That's right, 8 hours a night. The average American sleeps less than 7 hours a night.
I sleep like a bear. I go to bed at 9:30 every night. I'm up at 6. That's pretty good.
You build a routine. And no matter who you are out there, the number one thing to do is not to figure out what time you're getting up. It's to figure out what time you're going to bed and work at it. It's not easy. All of us who are busy, and everyone listening out there is probably in that camp, has many things they could do instead of going to sleep. So if you can at least set the schedule, that's a good step. If you get past there and you say, you know what, Doc, I go to sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night, or I can't get to sleep, how do I start? There's 100 different things. Again, we try to give all these tools to you as part of Transformation Nation. And we're doing shows around these things, and it's all free. And we're doing everything we can to make it easy for you to do the right thing. But you got to show up in your own life.
Transformation Nation, you can sign up at DrOz.com. The $1 Million You could be $1 million for somebody.
It's going to be $1 million.
Could be $1 million for me.
It could be, Billy could win it. And we're all voting.
That wouldn't go over well if I won it.
But we're all voting on it together. And that's why, although we're going to have some judges who will pick the top 10 contestants for the final vote, at the end of the day, all of us are going to be voting for who that person is. And it's not going to be based just on who loses the most. So you're never too late to join.
All right, Doc, a lot of questions people have. We just did a segment a second ago, people firing away random questions. What do you find people, when they stop you in the street or in the airport or something, what's the number one thing people say to Dr. Oz or ask you?
Well, I had a pilot on a recent flight asking about a heart condition he had, which did sort of scare me a little bit. I wish I'd known about it after we had landed. Yeah, but the most common public question is on weight. And how they can lose it and why they can't, despite all the things they think they're doing right, and they're not able to lose it. And the number one private question is about lack of intimacy in their life. People saying, I haven't had sex in a year. I did a show recently. I had people wear T-shirts with the last year they had great sex on it. It was this huge sex survey we did. And 90% of people, again, nationwide survey, 90% say they're not having good sex. Then you start to tease the why. So you ask, okay, how long should foreplay be for you? A lot of women want half an hour foreplay. It sounds exhausting to the guys out there, but that's what they want.
I don't hear that. I said, I think women are more like, come on, let's get it over with. Let's go.
They say that in the beginning because they're trying to please you, but what really hurts women is when they don't feel desired and loved, and women will blame themselves as soon as the guy's not going after them. But we should turn that around. Women should feel comfortable stimulating it. And the other thing that holds women back from being intimate is they don't experience orgasms. Half the women in the survey said that they were having pain during intercourse, and probably a third weren't having orgasms. So there are things you can do but you have to do them to teach yourself where those pleasure points are, and then you got to share this.
America should be having great sex. America should be walking away from fast food
Yeah.
entirely and should be having great sex.
Walking into
Let's
the
be
bedroom.
that country.
We should be that country.
Out of the fast food restaurant into the bedroom.
Yeah, and there are many ways to get into the bedroom. There's many philosophies that can work for you, but we know that men who have more sex live longer, and women who have more orgasms live longer.
That's why the women aren't having sex with the men. They want to get. They want to knock them off. Get out of here.
Move on.
Get about my life here.
Move along. Move along.
Do we have our clip? Okay, here we go. So earlier this morning, playing Family Feud with Steve Harvey as the host on Access Hollywood Live, Dr. Oz and Kid Hoover versus me and Lisa Ling, and this question comes up.
100 husbands were asked, name something at home you'd rather play with than your wife.
Doc, you still stand by your answer?
I think number one really should be yourself,
Exactly.
which is what I, with great integrity, stated. Billy,
Yes.
of course, made fun of me and demeaned me, and belittled me. But,
As I do.
And
Isn't it bullying month?
Yes, it's bullying month, and we were practicing. But what I can't believe is that wasn't on the list of the
I
top
know.
5 categories.
That's
crazy.
not even the dog wasn't on there. I mean, that should have been on there. And then
course.
at least yourself is number one.
They have the car up there. Who are they surveying? Come on, car,
Exactly.
please.
You stand behind it, and I stand behind you.
All the men up there, including Steve, I think we all agreed yourself was the number one answer. I'm okay with other answers too, but that was for sure number one.
Doc, flu shot. Here we are in the fall. When do we get the flu shot? Now?
Oh, you should get the flu shot right now. I understand and respect why some folks don't want to get it. They think they get the flu when they get the flu shot, which really doesn't happen. You can get sort of an allergic reaction to the flu shot, but there's no real live virus in the thing. But my wife doesn't get the flu shot and doesn't think we should get it. And so in my own house, we fight this battle. I'm respectful of people like my wife who don't want to feel like chattel. They don't want to be herded into a corner. They're okay with getting the flu once in a while. Personally, I don't want to lie on my back 5 days with the flu. But also, as a doctor, I can't infect people, so I feel strongly about it. And listen, the young ones and the old ones are the ones that suffer. So especially if you're older, get the flu shot because it causes pneumonia, and those are the members of the population that get culled from the group because they get a bad flu virus they can't overcome.
And now is the time? Right now?
Now's the time. Simple shot. They're available in drugstores. You don't have to see a doctor to get them. They're recommended for everybody over the age of 6 months.
My God, it's my doctor.
Oh, good. He's calling.
I'm a hypochondriac, Doc. I have. You want to see how many doctors I have in my BlackBerry?
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
I'm looking right here.
What? I got to get you in here. The most
Yeah,
important doctor.
put me in there. Absolutely.
Ready? Let's go. DR. Okay. Oh, there we go. Dr. Bob Wolf, Dr. Carrie Strong, Catherine Phillip, Dr. Gunny.
Oh, they got a lot. Oh, I'm in there.
Oh, you
I'm
are
in
in
there.
there.
Hot dog. I made the list. Steve, he's great. Steve Dotels. Yeah, he's wonderful.
You saved my voice.
Yeah, all these guys are wonderful. Oh, you got everybody in here. There's a lot of doctors. Oh, my
Look, I'm
goodness.
Still going.
Are you have any nurses in there, too?
Well, that's a whole separate BlackBerry. Dr. Oz, Transformation Nation, get on board the $1 Million You. DrOz.com. I love you.
Love being with you, man. Take care.